Hello, hi, welcome. We're going to get started in about 2 minutes, but as you can see, I'm bringing you into my experience. I am here in ARUBA, the Happy Island. They call it One Happy Island, and I have to say that they missed one part. They forgot to mention that it's also one windy island. This place has so much wind, gust of wind, and when it's good, it's really good. I can say that my experience thus far with the wind, it has helped me with headaches, it has helped me to just feel better. But I will say that in times like this, when I'm hoping to share an experience outdoors, it can be quite a challenge. But I didn't want to wait too late in the evening to share this with you. I wanted to go live at around 5 or so because I know this is the time that people are starting to wind down, settle in. I know some people are in traffic, but the beautiful thing about this is that I'm able to share and record so that the recording can be reshared later on. So if you will be joining me, I always have two kinds of people tuning in, an O and a P. An O is an observer, and you all are welcome because there's so much to absorb and gain from watching. But then there's also the P's. These are the participants, which is my favorite. So I hope that you will join me in this evening's meditation. I have some sounds for you. You can also give me feedback as to how it is becoming live. If things are too loud, if the music is too loud, if I'm speaking too loud. But I really just want to acknowledge the importance of making time to do this, making time for meditation. And for those who are not familiar with meditation or are still towing the line, a little bit skeptical, meditation is simply just the act of nothingness. I like to say, you are focusing on your breath, you are being still, you are focusing inward and also outward, and allowing things to happen and to flow, and you being at the center of it all to participate in it. Meditation is also a form of prayer, and prayer is a form of meditation. You can pair your meditation with scripture, quotes, inspiration, affirmations, mantras, and mudras. Mudras are gestures of the hands. And I'm sharing this because, in particular, my Christian believers, I want to become more familiar with these practices so that they don't have to live in the dark about when they see their children out there doing yoga and having fear that maybe it's idol worship, when really it is just a moment of expression through movement using meditation. So, with this practice, I invite you to bring in what it is you need into this that makes you the most secure, the most comfortable, the most rooted and grounded in your belief, and allow that to move with you as you move through today. So this practice this evening is about the support of breath. Our breath can support us, and we typically don't allow breath to support us until we are in dire straits, dire need. So I just want you to take a moment to just reflect. Reflect now on your current relationship to your breath. When you think of the word breath, and when you think of you in your life, what comes to mind? So just take a minute, just take 60 seconds and reflect. You can write this down. You can comment in the comment box. Or you can take a moment to actually check in with your breath as you reflect on the truth. With this next 30 seconds of reflecting on your breath, I want you to change that relationship. Even if you don't know know how, just do something different. Or reflect on something different that you would like to do. Now let's explore together the different places in our bodies where we can breathe. So let's first begin by taking our palms and placing them onto our head. Just give yourself some pressure and allow the head to drop. Believe it or not, the brain needs to breathe. If you experience headaches, if you experience anxiety, you take a lot of calls during the day, maybe you're a parent or a teacher, a manager, instructor, maybe you're a director and you have a lot of responsibilities, and you live primarily in your head. Just take this moment to give your head some pressure. You can use the base of your palms as you inhale and exhale out of the mouth. While doing this, relax your jaw, a place where, in connection to our head and our temple, a lot of the strain and stress, pain and pressure resides. Take a deep breath, open your mouth, drop the jaw, exhale, release. Let's walk our fingertips down a little bit lower to our temples and actually create circles. You want to go at the top of the cheekbone, wherever your cheekbone is. And as you're doing this, whether seated on the floor, the ground, the grass, maybe in a chair, or lying down in your bed, focus on the breath. Another deep inhale, noticing where tension may be. And begin to walk your fingertips to the outside of your ears. Give your ears a gentle pull. Take air into both nostrils. Exhale out of your mouth. And walk your fingertips down lower to the earlobes. And begin another cycle of breath. Put your fingertips on your shoulders. And start to create circles. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. Making sure to release that jaw as we've just done. And when you're ready, reverse your circle. Leave your right hand on your right shoulder. Take your peace finger of your left hand and place it on your left nostril. Take an inhale and begin to twist your spine. Exhale. Release. Inhale again. Untwist your spine. Exhale and release. Send that fingertip straight up, beyond, beyond. Inhale, circle that arm back behind you, and meet your left fingertips on your left shoulder. Switching, take your peace finger to your right nostril. Inhaling as you twist. Leaving the hip on the ground, leaving the sits bones on the ground. As you twist your torso to the left. Exhale. Inhale. Untwist. Exhale. Release. Send the right fingertips straight up to the sky. In connection, cross connection of your fingers to your elbows. Circle the arm back. And bring your hand onto your knees. So this wind is picking up here. Feels good though, because we're grounded in our breath. So we've moved our breath. Hopefully you feel the difference. Moving the breath from the top of the head to about shoulder level. Now let's go deeper by connecting into our heart center, the chest, the collarbone, and this area where we tend to hold a lot of our breath. For some reason, culturally, it's more appropriate to seem brave, to seem present, to appear alert, and maybe even attractive, to sort of puff out our chest, throw our shoulders back, look confident. But what does that actually do to the body? There are more places in your body where the breath can be found. So let's just take a moment and just shake it out. Rock it out, roll it out, move it out. And my boundaries and limitations can be different from your boundaries and limitations. Imagine you are in a boat right now. As you see this water here, the rippling waves, just imagine you're in that water and you're being pushed from side to side, push from forward to back, push all around. Good. Now that we've sort of moved to open up, let's start to invite textures of breath to help send the breath down from the chest into where we need to be breathing from, our power place, our diaphragm. Singers know this, actors know this, athletes know this, and everyday people deserve to use this for power and gusto. So let's place one hand on the chest or the heart center, very lightly, the other hand on the diaphragm. Let's do a little seesaw here, where we're going to exaggerate our inhale, puff out our chest like we shouldn't do, right? And then we're going to drop our chest and then exhale and send the belly out forward, okay? So seesaw action goes like this. So this is the wrong way to do it, but I want us to feel this for a moment, okay? Here we go. Inhale. 2 more. Last one. Good, very nice. So typically this is what we do during the course of the day. The higher and higher and higher and higher we go with our chest, we feel like we are breathing more. But actually we're not. We're losing a sense of control, we're losing a sense of ground, and we're not allowing the body to fully experience breath. When we start low, the breath has the opportunity to branch out in all different areas of our body and release. When it starts high, typically get stuck at around here at the throat level. If you ever notice that you have a sort of dry throat often, or you're constantly going, I notice this a lot from people, or maybe you feel like you're just dehydrated. The body needs to experience the breath at lower volumes to create room to express itself everywhere. Okay, so now that we've done the wrong thing, let's do the right thing. We'll bring our hands to our diaphragm, one hand to the diaphragm, and the other hand, let's put her behind our back towards our kidneys. We forget that we are a cylinder. We are three-dimensional beings. So we're not just those, those cutout dolls that you see. We're not that. We are three-dimensional beings. So I want you to allow that breath to swirl, to move, to flow wherever it can in the body, including behind here. So this time we're going to inhale as the diaphragm expands out, and then when we exhale, we draw the belly in towards the spine. So again, find a nice comfortable place for you if you're seated or on the ground. If you're on the ground with me, grab a few options. You have this sort of diamond shape. You can have pillows here. You can have your legs out extended. You can have them folded underneath you. Whatever is most comfortable. Let's take 8 sets of breath. Feel expansion in both hands as you breathe. Let's begin. Inhale. Exhale. Feel how that back kind of softens. Without you punching over, just feel the softening of the back, the release. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Pause. Before we continue, hopefully you start to feel how the breath has the opportunity to start to travel. If you don't and you're still feeling a little stuck, go back to that jaw. Make sure the jaw isn't completely snapped and closed. You want to keep the throat open so that the breath can travel throughout the body. Here we go. Inhale. Relaxing the jaw. Exhale. Softening the kidneys. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, make it count. Make it count. And this last exhale, just send out a sigh. Very nice. Let's come back onto our elbows. Now, we should be sort of rocking and rolling on our sits bones. And if you got extra cushion, then it should be even more fun of a ride. Just take this moment to, I can see the sky, so I want you to see what you're seeing. It could be a ceiling, it could be your imagination that's valid. As you just rock and roll the hips, tucking the pelvis, releasing and opening. Releasing and opening, tucking and pulling. Pushing and pulling, using that breath. Or if you would like, you can could just use your cushion and your pillow to just rest your knees here and just take a pause to relax. If the head is heavy, you can drop the head, looking in between your feet, pushing into your heels, pushing into the bottom of your feet, rooting the sides of your feet onto the ground. Inhaling and exhaling as you release. Straightening the legs out. Good. Let's find our way lying all the way down. Walk the feet into the bottom here, but you're going to turn the feet out. Sorry. Feet straight forward, knees in. If you need an extra cushion or pillow here, you can do that. If not, just go ahead and open your arms and take a relax. As you're here, allowing the whole body to be supported, lying down, yet connected. Breathing into your body, believing in what you're doing, and affirming your love. Take this moment to soften your gaze and go inward, and just bring your attention inward. And I want you to affirm your yes and affirm your no. Affirm the things that you feel confident about. Strong, capable, exceptional. Outstanding, amazing. Let's bring our arms to cactus, where the hands come up by the ears and the elbows are bent. If this is uncomfortable for you, then you can use a cushion. And we're going to lift our knees up, lift our feet up, flex our feet. And we're going to take this time to affirm our no. Affirm the things that we do not feel confident in. Maybe some places and some areas in our lives where we're struggling. We're having a hard time when we're more supported. Being honest about what that thing is. Whether it's a physical thing or whether it's a mental. Whether it's an emotional thing or maybe it's in the spirit. It could have something to do with finances or your environment. It may pertain to your relationships or something to do with your career. Just take this moment to be honest and acknowledge that. As you stretch your legs up towards the sky, keeping the feet flexed in this moment of honesty. If you're an ambitious problem solver, then chances are it's very difficult for you to accept these things. Chances are you have to rectify, correct, or bring a resolve. But the beautiful thing about meditation and being present is being vulnerable enough to surrender for just a moment and allow those things that are joyful to just be. Bring your arms underneath, hands underneath your knees. We'll go to one side, tucking one knee up under you and the other foot inside the foot. Place it down as far as you can go. If you need a cushion or pillow, go ahead and put that there. If not, take your left hand up above you and breathe into your ribs. Take your hands and place it on the top of your thigh, right at the crease of the hip, giving a little pressure and push. Take another deep inhale, and if you are able to, stretch the leg out a little bit. Find your deepest inhale in connection to your sits bones and begin to claw your fingertips up above your head if you have the ability to. Walk your hands by your shoulders. Bend that knee back in. Fold over to your side. Push up onto your head. Pause here for a moment, gazing down at your side. Swing that hand that was up above your head. Swing it up. Take an inhale and a deep arch. Exhale. So you're on bent knees. Swing up. Exhale. Pressing those things that are truthful and honest, but unserving to you away from your being. Detaching and removing the things that you do not have control of. And then releasing each finger one by one. Affirming self-love. Recovering and returning. Breathing, releasing. Breathing again, releasing again. And then take the moment to prepare to turn to the other side. I'm going to switch so that you can see me. The sun is beginning to go down here because now you can see my tan. And the breeze is starting to settle, which is nice. Going back onto our backs to prepare to go to the other side. Rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae. Using cushions and pillows as you need to. Lifting the knees up. And then twisting the spine, twisting the hips, twisting and dropping the knees towards that left side. Using the left hand to press the hips away. Using the right hand, circle it up. Circle it up. Circle it up and around. Tuck the bottom knee in closer to your tush and walk the front knee out, placing the knee onto the floor or a cushion. My hands are above my head. Hands above the head, peeking through the underarm, breathing into your ribs. Breathe into your ribs. Breathe into the space. There's a reason they call it the rib cage. We do this in gyrokinesis, actually tapping the trunk of our rib cage. The rib cage holds the organs, holds the lungs. The heart lives here. A lot of things live here in this rib cage. It's a house. Circling those arms all the way down. Placing the hand onto the ground, on the floor. Inhale. Bringing it back into touch. Rolling forward, pressing the hands up. Taking a moment to just be there. Find your inhale, reach. Find your exhale, open. Find the flex in your hand and take a look to the side. Breathe into your being, pushing away those undeserved feelings. And when you're ready, releasing your fingertips. Rolling the wrist. Returning, releasing. Returning, releasing. Now when you're ready, be on all fours. Now we're just going to be here and breathing. In yoga, this is cat-cow. In a full gyrokinesis class, we do the cat-back series. But here, we're just focusing on the breath, making sure that the belly is moving. Inhale. Belly down. Exhale. Belly in. Inhale. Drop the belly. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Flex the toes. Tuck the toes. Let's go again. A little faster. Dropping the belly on the inhale. Sitting back into a child's pose. Resting, relaxing, and releasing. Resting, relaxing, and releasing. You can do this when you first get out of bed. When you first get out of bed, take a little yawn, stretch. Sink back onto your hips. Little yawn, stretch. Take a little wiggle, 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 wiggle. Drop the head. Take a deep inhale, walk your hands in. Let's take a little back stretch here, but this is comfortable and accessible to you. Bring your hands to your feet. Your hands like so, or your hands like so, or your hands like so, whichever works for you. Sending the shoulders back, sending the heart up, through. Now panting breath, kind of like how any animal does, including us, when we're dehydrated, we allow ourselves to just letting the breath out. Soften the chest, the heart, release, relax. Walk the hands back out in front. Lift the hips, tuck the toes. We're gonna go straight up. And pedal the feet. Pedal the feet. Pedal again. Walk the hands in. Walk the hands up until you come to standing. And when you're ready, just little scan. Good. So I'm going to finish out today's class here in the water, sending you island vibes, sending you love and light, healing energy. If you participated in today's class, whether in person, live, or whether as part of the recording, thank you for joining me. If you're interested in taking a full gyrokinesis class, you have access to my schedule by way of the GK Babe on Instagram, as well as bbody.com. If you would like to sign up for a private session, you can do so by emailing me, or if you have any questions about this work that anyone can do, everyone can do, please ask me. If you're a Christian and you're a believer and you want to get into a movement flow and a practice, but are unsure and uncertain, know that we have mantra movements, which pairs scripture from the Bible with motions and movements. If there are other any interests that you have, such as maybe child's yoga or just going deeper into your own journey, please do contact me. Continue to treat, support, and invigorate your human body here in the Vibez Marketplace. Thank you. Now I'm going to get my bathing suit. I got to get in this water. It feels so good. So that's one thing I can say. If you haven't been to Aruba, or Aruba, as they say, I highly recommend it. We can talk about wellness tips and travel tips and budget later, because you definitely need to budget to come here. But in general, it is a happy, peaceful place. And the water is usually warm because the sun is typically hot. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of this sunshine as it sets, take a dip in the pool, and then enjoy the rest of my evening. And you do the same.